You first highlight differences between people, and then on the basis of those differences, you impose a hierarchy. You try to show that one person is better than the other. Have a look at this video to see this in action.
This is a special week. Does anybody know what it is?
National Brotherhood.
National Brotherhood Week. What's brotherhood?
Be kind to your brothers. Be kind.
Okay, be kind to your brothers.
Like you would like to be treated.
Treat everyone the way you would like to be treated. Treat everyone as though he was your brother. And is there anyone in this United States that we do not treat as our brothers?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah.
The black people. Who else? Absolutely, the Indians. And when many people see a black person or a yellow person or a red person, what do they think?
Look at that. Dumb people.
They look at the dumb people. What else do they think sometimes? What kinds of things do they say about black people?
Call them niggers.
In the city, many places in the United States, how are black people treated? How are Indians treated? How are people who are of a different color than we are treated?
They're part of this world. They don't get anything in this world.
Why is that?
Because they're a different color.
You think you know how that would feel to be judged by the color of your skin?
Yeah.
Do you think you do? No, I don't think you'd know how that felt unless you had been through it, would you? It might be interesting to judge people today by the color of their eyes. Would you like to try this?
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Since I'm the teacher and I have blue eyes, I think maybe the blue-eyed people should be on top the first day.
And up here?
I mean, the blue-eyed people are the better people in this room. Oh, yes, they are. Blue-eyed people are smarter than brown-eyed people.
My dad isn't that stupid.
Is your dad brown-eyed?
Yeah.
One day you came to school and you told us that he kicked you.
He did.
Do you think a blue-eyed father would kick his son?
Yeah. My
dad's blue-eyed. He's never kicked me. Greg's dad is blue-eyed. He's never kicked him. Rex's dad is blue-eyed. He's never kicked him. This is a fact. Blue-eyed people are better than brown-eyed people. Are you brown-eyed or blue-eyed?
Blue.
Why are you shaking your head?
I don't know.
Are you sure that you're right? Why? What makes you so sure that you're right?
I don't know.
The blue-eyed people get 5 extra minutes of recess, while the brown-eyed people have to stay in. The brown-eyed people do not get to use the drinking fountain. You'll have to use the paper cups. You brown-eyed people are not to play with the blue-eyed people on the playground because you are not as good as blue-eyed people. Well, the brown-eyed people in this room today are going to wear collars so that we can tell from a distance what color your eyes are. On page 127. 127. Is everyone ready? Everyone but Laurie. Ready, Laurie?
Brown-eyed.
She's a brown-eyed. You'll begin to notice today that we spend a great deal of time waiting for brown-eyed people. The yardstick's gone. Well, okay. I don't see the yardstick. Do you?
It's probably over there. Hey, Miss Lake, you better keep that on your desk so if the brown-eyed people get out of hand.
Oh, you think if the brown-eyed people get out of hand, that would be the thing to use? Who goes first to lunch?
Blue-eyed.
The blue-eyed people. No brown-eyed people go back for seconds. Blue-eyed people may go back for seconds. Brown-eyed people do not.
Brown-eyed.
Don't you know?
They're not smart.
Is that the only reason?
They'll take too much.
It might take too much. Okay, quietly.
And it seemed like when we were down on the bottom, everything bad was happening to us.
The way they treated you, you felt like
You didn't even want to try to do anything. It seemed like Mrs. Elliot was taking our best friends away from us.
What happened at recess? Were two of you boys fighting?
Yeah, John. Russell and John were.
What happened, John?
Russell called me names and I hit him in the gut.
What did he call you?
Brown eyes.
Did you call him brown eyes?
They always call us that. Greg and all of the boys call us that. They keep calling us brown eyes. They say, come here, brown eyes. And they were calling us blue eyes. I wasn't. Sandy and Donna were. Yeah.
What's wrong with being called brown eyes?
It means that we're stupider. Well, not that. But... Oh, that's just the same way as other people call black people niggers. Yeah.
Is that the reason you hit him, John? Did it help? Did it stop him? Did it make you feel better inside?
Stop Russell.
Make you feel better inside? Did it make you feel better to call him brown eyes? Why do you suppose you call him brown eyes?
Right, because he has brown eyes.
Is that the only reason? He didn't call him brown eyes yesterday and he had brown eyes yesterday. Didn't he?
Because we just started it. Ever since you put those blue things on there. To tease them. Kind of tease them.
Oh, is this teasing?
No. Well, he did it.
Were you doing it for fun, to be funny, or were you doing it to be mean? I don't know. Don't ask me. Did anyone laugh at you when you did it? I watched what had been marvelous, cooperative, wonderful, thoughtful children turn into nasty, vicious, discriminating little third graders in a space of 15 minutes. Yesterday, I told you that brown-eyed people aren't as good as blue-eyed people. That wasn't true. I lied to you yesterday. The truth is that brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. Russell, where are your glasses?
I forgot them.
You forgot them. And what color are your eyes?
Blue.
Susan Ginder has brown eyes. She didn't forget her glasses.
Yeah.
Russell Ring has blue eyes, and what about his glasses?
He forgot them.
He forgot them. Yesterday we were visiting, and Greg said, "Boy, I like to hit my little sister as hard as I can. That's fun." What does that tell you about blue-eyed people?
They're naughty. In fact, they fight a lot.
The brown-eyed people may take off their collars, and each of you may put your collar on a blue-eyed person. The brown-eyed people get 5 extra minutes of recess. You blue-eyed people are not allowed to be on the playground equipment at any time. You blue-eyed people are not to play with the brown-eyed people. Brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. They're smarter than blue-eyed people. And if you don't believe it, look at Brian. Do blue-eyed people know how to sit in a chair? Very sad. Very, very sad. Who can tell me what contraction should be in the first sentence? Go to the board and write it, John. Come on, let's do it again. Loosen up. Up, up, up. Come on. That's better. Now, do you know how to make a W? Okay, write the contraction for we are. Now, that's beautiful writing. Is that better?
Yes.
Brown-eyed people learn fast, don't they?
Yeah.
Boy, do brown-eyed people learn fast. Very good. Greg, what did you do with that cup? Will you please go and get that cup and put your name on it and keep it at your desk. Blue-eyed people are wasteful. Okay, you want to be timed this morning?
Yeah. A.
I use Orton Gillingham Phonics. We used the card pack. And the children, the brown-eyed children, were in the low class the first day, and it took them 5.5 minutes to get through the card pack. The second day, it took them 2.5 minutes. The only thing that had changed was the fact that now they were superior people.
I thought you were going to give me
You went faster than I've ever had anyone go through the card pack. Why couldn't you get them yesterday?
We had those collars on.
You think the collars kept you?
I just keep thinking about those collars.
Oh.
I kept getting rolling around.
Oh, and you couldn't think as well with the collars on. 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
I know we weren't going to make it.
How long did it take you yesterday?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. How long did it take you today?
4 minutes and 18 seconds.
What happened?
One down.
Why? What were you thinking of?
This.
I hate today.
How do you do? I hate too.
Because I'm blue-eyed.
See, I am too.
There's nothing, it's not funny, it's not fun, it's not pleasant. This is a filthy, nasty word called discrimination. We're treating people a certain way because they are different from the rest of us. Is that fair?
No.
Nothing fair about it. We didn't say this was going to be a fair day, did we?
No.
And it isn't. It's a horrid day. Okay, you ready? What did you people who are wearing blue collars now find out today?
I know what they felt like yesterday. I did too.
How did they feel yesterday?
Down. Like a dog on a leash. Yeah. It feels like you're chaining them up wherever you go. Into prison. Like you're chaining them up into prison. And you're throwing the key away.
Should the color of some other person's eyes have anything to do with how you treat them?
No.
All right, then should the color of their skin?
No.
Should you judge people by the color of their skin?
No.
You're going to say that today and this week and probably all the time you're in this room. You'll say, "No, Mrs. Elliott."
No.
Every time I ask that question.
No.
Then,
No, Mrs. Elliott.
when you see a black man or an Indian or someone walking down the street, are you going to say, "Look at that silly looking thing"?
No.
Does it make any difference whether their skin is black or white?
No.
Or yellow?
No.
Or red?
No.
Is that how you decide whether people are good or bad?
No.
Is that what makes people good or bad?
No.
Let's take these collars off.
Don't stick yourself down there. No. You'd have to sort
Here,
that
Mr.
shit out. You can
What would you like to do with them?
throw them around.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. In the Mrs. Elliott. Don't eat them like
Now you know a little bit more than you knew at the beginning of this week?
Yes. A lot.
Do you know a little bit more than you wanted to?
Yes, Miss.
This isn't an easy way to learn this, is it?
No, Miss.
Oh, well, you Okay, now let's all sit down here together. Blue eyes and brown eyes. Does it make any difference what color you are?
No.
Down, girl.
Don't forget to see him again.
Oh, you found your friend, huh? Now, did you get back? Okay, you ready to listen now? Okay, now are you back?
Yes.
That feel better?
Yes.
Does the color of eyes that you have make any difference in the kind of person you are?
No, Mrs. Elliott.
Does that feel like being home again, girls?
Yes.
Oh, well, you stop it.
So in order to create discriminatory conflict, You highlight differences between two groups and state that one is superior to the other. In only a day, the teacher in the video was able to turn a group of young children into what the teacher describes as being nasty, vicious, discriminating third graders. What do you think would happen when a group of lords, the nation's legislators, and our supposed representatives were to do the same? What if they did this in public? What if it was to be televised? And what if what they said was to become legal record?
It is indeed a surprise and a shock to learn that caste prejudice has come to this country. The Dalit community in this country, of whom there are about 480,000, have been concerned for some time about the discrimination against them. There are something like 200 million Dalits in the world, and the institutionalized prejudice against them is one of the most degrading and humiliating forms of rejection invented by cruel human beings.
Where is the evidence for these claims? The figures cited by the Lord are at best misleading, if not downright lies. Even if there is caste discrimination outside of the UK, what relevance does it have in the UK? The laws these lords are passing affect me and other British citizens. So what is the relevance of actions from other nations and other times?
Now, the problem here is that, of course, it's the Hindus who are discriminating against other Hindus. But the Hindus in this country discriminate against the lower caste Hindus. And that is so appalling and so unacceptable that I just cannot understand how it can be allowed to go on. Unfortunately, there are Hindu organizations who are against this amendment, who feel that it's targeting them. It's saying that high caste Hindus are the ones to blame. Well, they are to blame if this happens. Anything that happens would be because the high caste Hindus start the discrimination.
In Britain, no one should suffer discrimination on the grounds of anything which they cannot help.
Unless, of course, you have been deliberately labelled a high caste Hindu. In this debate, the Lords have clearly discriminated against non-Dalits by first labelling them as high caste, which is not their choice. Many non-Dalits, like myself, have never discriminated against anyone in our lives on any basis. Yet the Lords are now trying to fit a collar around our neck and identify us as high caste racists. Caste is hardly a problem for us second, third generation British Hindus. It is the 21st century. We have moved on. It would, however, seem that the Lords are still trapped in their colonial past and still feel that they have the right to play race politics and create division where none existed before.
We know very well what a terrible, shameful thing it is for us Indians. There are two things, I think, which are the most shameful in Hindu culture: caste and dowry. And they both have very significant effects on people. Dowry leads to the killing of, aborting of girl fetuses, and also killing girl children. And caste, which just puts people down. A whole group of people are there to do the worst jobs that nobody else would do. And that cannot ever be right. And I think we need to make that statement, and I think we need to make that to our own people, to the Hindus, that you can't come here and behave as if you're in India, because there are laws here, and there will be laws here, and they will be enforced.
If there is one thing which really annoys people about immigration, it is when people bring to this country attitudes which are wholly contrary to the traditions of Britain.
What is more annoying is when British citizens who have been born and raised in this country, who have worked in and contributed to this economy and society, are then falsely discriminated against in the name of equality. Surely you didn't really think nobody would notice. It's obvious to any reasonable observer that Baroness Flather is projecting her racism on innocent British citizens like me. Baroness Flather, when was the last time a British Hindu was responsible for female infanticide? If you were to say this sort of thing outside the House, it would be a criminal offence.
It is no good listening to those who, in their own circumstances,
have a view of caste different from the majority of us in this House.
Lord Deben seems to be saying that only the Lords, who have demonstrated that they are prejudiced, have a right to an opinion, and that too against their own evidence. Don't people outside of the chamber have a right to an opinion? If not, such a political system inherently discriminates and is called something other than a democracy.
Now let's all sit down here together. Blue eyes and brown eyes. Does it make any difference what color you are?
No.
Down, girl.
Don't forget to see it again.
Oh, you found your friend, huh? Now, did you get that? Okay, you ready to listen now? Okay, now are you back?
Yes.
That feel better?
Yes.
Does the color of the eyes that you have make any difference in the kind of person you are?
No, Mrs. Elliot.
Does that feel like being home again, girls?
Yes.
Oh, well, you stop it.